Hey YouTube, how's it going? Red Baron flying at you with week 5 and possibly the last deck breakdown for this Champion League. Now, if we end up winning this next match, we will be undefeated and will be crowned champions. But before that happens, we have to fight against Eagle the Duck and his massively strong win deck. So, let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about what Eagle the Duck could possibly bring in the matchup against us. So, looking back at his past few videos, he's always had the same 4 1-cost Celestials. He's always had Airmare, Exaltair, Pegast, and Sorlet. Even though his game 1 consisted of Hydrake and Twindra, I don't think he's going to be running those this matchup. So looking at them individually, Airmare causes a threat because it's naturally a 4/5, the best 1-drop in Celestials, stats just for stats. And that'll be a problem to get over if he has Island of Aeolai on the field. Next up is Exaltair. I'm not too scared of Exaltair. It is a 3/2. All my Celestials can get over that, more or less. And in terms of its Nexus ability, I will be running Thunderstorms to try to prevent any and all Nexusing. Pegast can be an issue, definitely be an issue. It'll be able to pop my back row, it'll be able to pop my stadium, so I have to be careful of that, and even more so if he decides to run Altar of the Stars. Now Sorlet's probably the strongest and the main issue I have to go against. It is a 5/1 with an ability that allows you to change the position of any Celestial on the field, and not having access to Wind Spirits, all my guys will get hit. So that means my Ash Rabbit will go into attack mode, or my strong Celestials will go to defense mode. I definitely have to be careful of this. He can get this out fairly easily with Aeolus. I don't think he'll stray too much away from that. And along with that, he has also been running Cryosaur. He's been finding Cryosaur to be his butter, his bread and butter, his main boss monster of the deck, and I don't blame him. Cryosaur is a very good card in this format. If he's able to get rid of the back row and support the Cryosaur, he'll be able to summon it, not only attack my spirit deck directly, but he'll also be able to recur 2 spirits every single time he does. Even though that's the case, I do have a strategy against that. So let's go into what my deck is and see what strategies I have cooking. Alright, so here's my deck that I have for this week. It looks very similar to last week, but with a few changes. So let's get into it. Alright, starting off with my Celestials, it looks very, very similar to last week. The only change is that I am running now 2 Rise Sources instead of 3, and then I put Astravet up to 3. So Astravet to 3 because I want to be able to secure my defense. I'm playing more defensively the next time. He does have Sorlet to get over Astravet, but if I can make him expend spirits to do so, I think I'm fine as long as I have the back row to support Astravet. Riceros went down to 2 because last week I ended up drawing him a lot more than I wanted to, and I would have rather drawn other cards, even an Astravet, so that's why he's back down to 2. And as you see, I'm also running Galvanom again this week. He is going to be the key here. The reason I'm running Galvanon over Sonicore is because of Sorlet, and because he has such quick access to it. Sorlet easily gets over Sonicore, and that just would knock down my whole strategy. Whereas Galvanom, I can get instant gratification, summon him, pop something, and we're fine. And I can protect Galvanom if he does end up playing Sorlet and tries to change it to defense mode. We're obviously running the same things: Toxians, Sparkits, and then 2 Joltons and Elichics, because we want to be able to get the Zeuses and get the Mount Olympuses as quickly as we can. Alright, so let's move over to invokes and spells. So this is the lineup today. Nothing has changed except for we are now adding back the 3rd Thunderstorm. I'm going to be focusing mainly around Zeus and Olympus. He does run 3 of his stadium, so I have to be careful about a stadium battle happening. But I have faster access to mine, so hopefully that won't happen as much as I think it would. I'm also going down to 2 Ambrosias because I don't think I really need 3 in this deck. I am running Galvanom, but I'm confident in my spirit management. I'm also running 2 Resting on Your Laurels. I have the 3rd one in my side deck, but again, Resting on the Laurels is great against this deck because he runs Aeolus. Aeolus, as you know, as most of you are aware, you can enchant up to 4 to it. So that means he's going to have a lot of Alestrals on the field, or excuse me, he's going to have a lot of spirits on the field. And this is advantageous to me because I'll be able to use Resting on Your Laurels a lot and get more field control if something ends up bad happening. Alright, with that being said, let's go over counters. So, here are my counters for today. I'm running triple Gorgon's Gaze, triple Sword Shields of Achilles, 2 Poison-Tipped Arrows, 2 Pandora's Boxes now. This is there just in case he runs Hydrakes or Twindras and wants to get fancy with Pantera, and it is always there for Aeolus. It'll stop Aeolus' effect and force him to mill 2 cards. Obviously, the key for this deck is to prevent him from doing that, prevent him from getting hand advantage, and Pandora's Box will do that. And of course, I have my 2 Alter the Stars there for my Nexus mechanic. That'll help my Astrabbit and my Toxian. So, let's look at my sideboard. My sideboard, as you see, is pretty much the same as last week. Nothing new here. I have 2 Boombats, 2 Sonic Cores, the one of the Ella Chick and the Jolton. And this shouldn't be in here, so let's just delete that. And it has my last Resting on Your Laurels, the Pandora's Box, Ambrosia, and 2 Helios's Chariots. Though I don't think I'll be using them this time around. So this is my deck breakdown for this week. My goals this week is to make sure that Aeolus doesn't go off as much, that Sorlet gets punished every single time it tries to change positions. If I can do that, if I can force him to expend spirits for Sorlet and then do something like Alter the Stars to mess him up, this will be great. And that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. And hopefully we can pull off this undefeated victory. So I hope you all have a good day. Fly high.